All right. Hi, this is Stephen Gandolfi coming to you once again from the tasting room here at Westport Whiskey and Wine. Before we get started talking about this week's flights, as always, we'll touch base about our events this week. On Tuesday night, we will have Chris Zabrowski. Everybody here knows Chris. He's one of the owners. He does our spirits and wine buying here. Chris will be hosting a tequila tasting event. It'll be a blind tasting, as far as I know. We'll be doing silvers through añejos, $15 a seat. There are still spaces available for that. The next night, Mark Ryan Winery will be here. Still open seats for that as well, and $15 a seat for that one additionally. And on to this week's flight. This week's flight, as you may or may not be able to tell, is all twice barreled whiskeys. We'll be starting here at 86 proof with the Jim Beam Double Oak. Now this is just basic Jim Beam, 4-ish years old, finished for an undisclosed amount of time as secondary barrel. And those barrels, that second barreling, really brings forth these dry, sort of desiccated cherry, black licorice, woody spicy notes that add a nice layer of complexity to what's just sort of a classically light, rich whiskey. The Jeffersons Twin Oak is coming in at 90.2, and this is finished in a barrel that the staves have been grooved. So the idea there is that you're getting more contact between the spirit and the wood. It's initially a 10-year-old whiskey. I think it's finished for 4 months in these specialty barrels, and there is a surprising amount of tannic acid coming across in this whiskey because of that wood exposure. Think something like baked green apples, but in addition to that, the woody notes giving it this sort of apple cobbler kind of character. So, I mean, just dense, fruity, spicy kind of notes. Woodford Double Oak, I think everybody knows. This guy's coming in at 90.6, 90.4. Pretty much the classic Woodford profile. Rich, smooth, but with some leather and darker fruit tones. And this is kind of moving past cherry to me, sort of like a tart, almost cassis sort of character. And some caramelly, but like burned caramelly kind of characters, almost reaching butterscotch or toffee. And then lastly, I know what you're saying, Stephen, you can't put a rye at the end of a bourbon flight, but I'm not your boy toy. I'll do what I want. This is the Knob Creek Twice Barreled Rye. It's coming in at 100 proof. Now, I do want to point something out. This is a fairly young rye that they're starting with. It might be less than 4 years. That twice barreling, though, actually gives it a nice layer of character that's not there on the regular rye. It gives it a bit of a creamy body, some sort of fruitier spice notes that become more evident. It doesn't rein in that basic rye. It really does kind of create an ebullient character. But anyway, that's this week's flight. It would be $24. It'll be $15. I know that they've been $15 the last couple of weeks. I'll try to get something cheap in soon, but can't beat 4 ounces for $15. So come on down and try some whiskeys this week.